Hello there, everyone. How are you doing today? Today, I figured I'd get back into horror narrations with this story written by BloodySpaghetti on Reddit. The story is titled Ouroboros. Check out the story at the description below. And if you enjoy, please check me out at the links provided here. Now, without further ado, let's get started.
Julius Productions. Sit down, get comfy, and await your horror.
I died. Countless times I've died, only to be reborn again. So many times I've died. So many times I've been reborn. So many lives I've seen and been. My deaths are so numerous, I can no longer remember most of them. In fact, I'm not sure why I'm able to remember any of them. Reincarnation is a fact of life. Death and rebirth, it would appear. There is a kink in the cosmic system, it seems. Or perhaps there was. The first time I still remember dying, I was driving somewhere in the middle of the night. It's all so blurry now. I must have fallen asleep at the wheel, because everything turned black for a hot second. Between shining twin lights, shook me out of my slumber, becoming increasingly brighter and closer. There was no time to think of anything, no time to react, no time for any emotion to form. Bright lights, intense pain in every cell of my body, crushed, torn, screaming darkness, falling down a tunnel of endless darkness, cold and alone, waking up from a nightmare, my death. I woke up next to a woman I didn't know. She was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen. Memories that weren't my own slowly flooded my mind as I sat up and stared at who turned out to be my brand new wife I never remembered having. We had 3 kids together. I had a decent income. My life was good, even though it wasn't my own. I felt alien in my new body for a while, but the feeling eventually subsided. This reincarnation was pleasant. I had gotten to live long and healthy. Death eventually came. This time it felt awful, the scariest thing I've ever experienced. An old man, aged 96. A terrible fire raged inside my chest, choking the air from within my lungs and tearing apart inside my heart. I grasped my chest. Fear, solid fear, ran in my veins as the pain got worse and worse, taking over everything. The dread in my system only made things worse. Eventually my heart stopped. Pain is sharply gone. Everything disappeared with the pain. Falling down a tunnel of endless darkness, cold and alone, waking up from a nightmare, my death, again. Woke up on a space shuttle, somewhere in the middle of the cosmic nothing. Foreign memories flooding the mind again, blooming like shining toxic flowers in my mind. Countless deaths, and countless lives overriding the neural system. An epileptic fit triggered by the intense stress, and the onset of a solar flare that flickered mercilessly in front of me. A gradual disappearance of self. Falling down a tunnel of endless darkness, cold and alone, waking up from a nightmare, my death. Mortified by the nightmare of being a glistening god in a glistening heavenly chariot, I awoke as a child of the steppe, a member of the Barlas, relatives, and friends of the Great Khan. I rode side by side with the Great Khan across endless steppes, conquering the world in his name, spreading his message to those sinful masses who've betrayed their own gods. Forever haunted by memories and faces of people and beings I could not comprehend, a beautiful woman, blue-eyed and fair, followed me in my mind throughout my long and illustrious life as a steppe nomad. I succumbed to the common flu. I was old and weak. The fever burned through me like fire burns through old grass. One moment I was burning, and the next I was in the dark, falling down a tunnel of endless darkness, cold and alone, waking up from a nightmare, my death. Countless more lives and deaths came. Too many to count, too many to remember. The memories always followed. The dread intensified to the point of becoming its own being inside me in a certain lifetime. Perhaps previous to this, a parasite that ate away from me from birth. There was a constant fear of everything, of the self, of the delusions and visions in my mind. It was short. A mere 27 at the age of death, cause suicide. Tormented by the visions of that fair, blue-eyed woman, confessions of love and expressions of anger overcome, hallmarks of a relationship, memories that are too distant and too foreign to make sense, taken for the delusion and causing endless and immeasurable fear. A pull of the trigger and a sharp pain in the jaw. Fear is gone, falling down a tunnel of endless darkness, cold and alone. The rest is a blur until my current life. I woke up behind the wheel, driving a truck. It was night, there was rain. I was exhausted. Something felt wrong. I couldn't put my mind to it. There were all these strange memories and thoughts. Voices, places, faces. The date on my phone said December 21st, 2021. Bright lights looked up. A car was right in front of me. I tried to pull the brakes but couldn't make it in time. A loud crash. Pain from impact. Bleeding and dazed. Alive, still alive, stumbled out of the truck. An obliterated private in front of me. 3 bodies torn into shreds. Broken bone and shattered organs all over the vehicle. Static noise ringing in my ears. Terrible stomachache. Dread and collapse. Sudden darkness. Perpetual. Voices breaking through the darkness. Lights, bright lights. In an ambulance heading towards a hospital. Concussed, broken orbital bone. Can't feel a thing. Memories that are not my own flooding the mind. Memories from the previous lives I've seen and ended. A beautiful, fair woman sits behind me. Tears in her blue eyes as she holds my hand. Tears of mixed joy and pain. Her presence is identical to the one from my memories, yet different. She silences the memories in my mind. The cycle appears to be broken. The memories no longer haunt me. They're there, but I have to bring them up to remember, and with each passing day I remember less and less. Less and less. Sometimes I am afraid that I might forget too much. Sometimes it all fades too fast. Waking up in the middle of the night, confused and covered in a cold sweat, not remembering why I even woke up. Yet there is one constant. My guardian angel is always beside me. Thanks to my blue-eyed angel, my love, I am free from the endless cycle of death and rebirth. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, it helps the channel a lot. See you next time.